we hit most of the important stuff here. Breaking story, that's a cool feature.
So, sorry, what I missed what you just said.
No, go ahead. We'll get to it in a second. What were you gonna say?
Difference. I'm trying to understand byline versus author, and if like to me, when Doug uploads stories, or when someone uploads stories, the author, like as I understand it, the author is just like whoever's logged in at the moment, but you can change it.
That's right.
Then but to me, it just like makes sense on an immediate level to have the byline be the thing that's displayed as, like, don't display the author, display the byline, and then the author is like, oh, who put this story up? Why is it missing stuff? And then you can.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, because otherwise you can change it. By default, it's going to be whoever the user is signed in uploading this article. But here you can see that you can change it to anything. So yeah, to preserve that history and be able to like follow up with someone if you need to. We probably want to keep that just as like a back-end feature. That's the author. Byline, I mean, the only downside is the byline, you have to remember to add it. It's like an extra step. The author.
I think that's good because it's, I mean, the byline is an important piece of a story. Like, you know,
we have a lot of stories that we want to give the writer a byline, but we don't have that name in our archive, so they're submitted.
Yeah, it might not be one of us.
And even a lot of times, Carter and I, because we're we tag, we contribute to each other's reports all the time. Sometimes tagline at the end of the story, but sometimes it's worth a co-byline.
Sure.
That kind of flexibility would be nice.
Understood. Yeah.
Flexibility, actually, if you look at the byline field right there. Yep, you can add multiple lines.
Oh, perfect. Awesome.
Okay, and then another thing to point out, I've also got Rachel taking care of that author thing. If you scroll up just a little bit on the screen, Carter, you will see under the in the actual article edit box, whoops, at the bottom of it, you'll see last edited by.
I see last edited on.
Yep. And later on, it'll show you who did the last edit on that.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's dope. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, just like I don't want to beat the byline thing dead, but what Doug said is apps. You know, sometimes we have two bylines, and then often, I mean, like probably in a majority of cases, actually, the byline is someone who's not going to be an author in our system, like who doesn't have a login because it's a letter that was submitted, or so. Yeah, I think it makes sense to use bylines.
I don't really see any downside to going with the byline. There are trade-offs sometimes, but I think in your case it's clear. So we'll just display byline. So you guys didn't have that, right? Because I think that is a custom thing we did.
Yeah, we did. We were really limited.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we'll do it that way. Right there, just while we're on it, there's comments. Do you guys want to allow comments or not?
No.
Usually we don't.
My comment is no.
Okay.
We want to keep our jobs as
comment.
Moderators.
Yeah. That's creating a lot of extra work potentially. Okay, so it should be locked down by default. Oh no, it's not by default. Look at this, Terry. It is on. So let's make a note. We need to turn it off. It's on the prototype. Okay, so we'll get that off of there. Let's see what else we got here. Custom excerpt, if you want, for the home page by default.
Do they get pulled automatically as well?
Yeah, that's automatic.
If you want to override, it will automatically pull the first few words of your article. But if you want a different excerpt than the first part of your article, that's where you would enter that.
I've kind of gotten into the habit of looking for something pithy to put in there, so it hooks, something else.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
I think I can answer this question pretty quickly, but I'm just wondering if this is the default editor or if it's Gutenberg.
So you can actually, that's the default right now. We left it like that because that's what people are used to, but you can definitely use Gutenberg. We have that now. We just put it out this spring. So if you want to get to it from, let's see, this article.
Yeah, I just created one.
You just create a brand new one. Okay, so I think what you're going to actually want to do is go back to the articles page for a second, like the
article list.
The article list, yeah. All articles, right. So we really have made it the default, the classic editor. So next to the, you got to do that drop down if you want to do your block editor. So yeah, eventually block editor will be the default, but we're just rolling it out slowly. So yeah, if you like to use block editor, man, go for it.
I mean, I like it, and Doug has been using it.
Okay.
So, I might walk through with. Well, we could just kind of look at it right now, Doug. So like the difference is basically like the setup you get when you create a new. So one option is it's kind of dumbed down, and it's kind of like.
Oh, that's good for me.
Well, this is a simple, like this interface has benefits as well. Like if you want to add a specific element, you kind of have this way to look through them. Whereas
that's just how you add images. I mean, I'm used to that.
And then plus, if you want to add an image.
Right. You want to go for this one, adding an image.
Okay.
It's not so much of a what you see is what you get kind of interface. It's you put the cursor in there into the paragraph. Right. You got to have the cursor somewhere, and then you say add media. So
I like the cross that you just click on.
Yeah, I think if you could have Gutenberg as our default, that'd be good.
Oh, okay. Now I'll have to double check on that. I think it might be possible. Okay. All right. Let me check. If we can do that site by site, we will.
And if not, we can figure it out.
Let me ask Rachel right now.
I think that's probably going to be a question for James. So, I mean, definitely put it on the punch list.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, no, it's a good question. If you like Gutenberg, hey man, I want you to use it and I want to make it easy. It might be that we just disable the classic editor plugin and then Gutenberg takes over. It could be simple. I just haven't actually had that request quite yet. So
we have funky requests. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm just going to. So the difference is adding, like if you go up here and just hit new,
right?
The default now is not what you're used to.
Right.
So the request that I just made to them is to change that. But for now, if we need to, for now, our option is go here, do block.
And if it's too big of a deal, we can always just choose block editor ourselves.
Okay. No, I appreciate you being flexible on that, but no, I really do mean it. Like if that's a setting that makes sense for us to flip on default or not, then I kind of want to have it anyway. So I'll look into it.
That helps me.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, I want to help any way I can. Let's see here. Okay. Now, some other things to point out here on this page would be the breaking news. Do you guys do breaking news announcements much?
Not often.
Okay. Well,
that has to happen. So,
Okay. Try doing this for me. Just click breaking story right there. Check that box. Now, sometimes we have to do some CSS to make it display right on certain themes, but let me just see if that should show up at the top of your homepage. But I think possibly because this was so much customization, it's not going to actually show up right now. So we just need to direct that story
all the way down here.
No, you know what? Oh, it's right there. Okay, so it did work.
Well, it worked. I mean, it's not.
You
It's not
have
a
to scroll down.
Yeah.
You want it at the top. Yeah, we need it. We need to carve out space for it at the top. So I think that was probably just hidden by the layout by the designer. But some things about this. This is only going to show for 24 hours, so you don't have to remember to take it off. But if it's a long story, then you got to keep putting it up there. But that usually works for people, 24 hours, as I can tell from your response.
It could even be shorter, but that's great. That's great.
Okay. Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like, when's the last time this thing was updated? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much the last little thing that we've built into the articles edit page.
I wasn't looking for it when I.
Right. So we have it's going to be in a different place here slightly. Well, there it is. Yeah. It's pretty much the same. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So what else? Terry, did you have something else that you wanted to show them on your list? I think we talked about maybe doing PDFs, right?
Right. Can we just step back for a second? If you go to the homepage, I'm going to update you on what Rachel's done.
Oh, great.
Okay, so that should be, there you go. There your caps are all set. That was coded in there.
Nice.
Comments are all turned off. She is setting the block editor as your default. It is per site, Matt.
Oh, we can do that. Nice. Great.
Cool. It's just a little checkbox, so that's all set.
Ah, wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
She said good choice, by the way.
Okay.
And then I wanted to verify that, because there's so much customization, I wanted to verify that breaking news is going to work the way we expect it to.
Right.
So can you, Carter, if you could just pick a story on the homepage, and I'd like to change the publish time on that to something within the past or in the most recent 24 hours, just to see if that breaking news still does work.
Well, the breaking news did show up for the one that we did earlier.
Show up? I'm sorry. Okay, good.
It showed up down here, but we need it to show up at the top. So
right.
It showed up. It looks like this is in one of those category sections.
Widgets. Yep.
Whereas this all.
Yeah. So, and we can customize this, with CSS and stuff. Like, I've seen people do things where like the breaking news flashes red, to really get your attention. It's just a red banner all the way across the top, like under the logo. There's different things that we can do, but let's just get it working up there by, how it normally does, Terry. Yeah. Maybe we can have Rachel work on that next.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just get something working and we can.
Right, let's move from there. Awesome. Okay.
It's not a pressing feature request.
Yep.
All right, cool. So we wanted to look at uploading PDFs, right?
Yeah, let's go through that, I think, next, because you guys weren't putting up your PDF editions before, right?
No.
Okay, so this will be a new step in your process. Okay, so this will be on the dashboard. PDFs.
Yep. Perfect. Here's a list of all your PDFs, or I think some of these were just examples that we put in for your special sections carousel. So do you have a PDF right now that you could upload?
I think we do. Yeah. Hold on. I've got two screens here.
What are we doing?
So we're going to try uploading the most recent edition.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to, click that Add New button up there.
It'll be at the bottom now.
Yeah.
Okay, very similar to your articles. You need to do two things first before it will let you add your files. You have to select a category, and in this case, it's always going to be e-edition. Unless it's a special section, then it'll be special section. But for now, we'll just use e-edition. And then scroll down a little bit to the edition date. The date. So just grab the date from the calendar and then click that Add button.
Yeah, you gotta remember to hit Add. Yeah, then it shows up there.
And scroll all the way up, Save Draft. Perfect. Okay, now you can scroll down and drop your files into that outlined box, or you can select them from your hard drive.
So the way we have it is we have two sections, A section, B section, and then each of the sections are broken into two separate, actually, maybe they're not.
Yeah.
Even when you're printing.
Well, I don't know about. I know
Because what we would be pulling it from is last week's edition. No, this is.
probably has a movie.
Well, these are the InDesign files, but we actually want the archive. 20. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it is broken into pages 1 through 4, and then 5 through 6 for the A section, and then
Okay.
1 through 3, and then actually page 5 in the B section is also separate.
Okay. Gotcha.
You can grab all of those and add them all at the same time.
Right.
And what's going to happen is you'll have a thumbnail of each page, and you can rearrange the pages in order.
Yeah, sweet. I think so.
And it does take time. You'll have a bright yellow progress bar.
It's unacceptable.
Now. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so then I guess at this point, grab page 5 and drag it on top.
Did you get page 5 in there, Carter?
Sorry, I don't understand.
You said page 5 was separate.
B5, which is this classifieds one, is separate.
Okay.
Okay, so you got all the pages that you need, right?
Like,
I see.
yeah, it's like it would be inserted into.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Cool. Yeah.
You can feel free to open another tab and work on something else.
Yeah.
You don't have to just keep it open.
Just for like content, like uploading, we know that takes time, but I'm personally not at all worried by the speed of this website. So
Right. Yeah. I know, man. I heard.
Not compared to our current, at least. So yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It took me 6 hours to load the website, and then another 3 hours last night to upload it to the website. 9 hours. 9 hours. And that's
Yeah. That's agonizing. It really is just crazy. So I'm so glad. All right. There you go. Yeah, that's it. And you see it. Update
Here's my question with this.
Yeah.
As you can see, we only have color capacity for the front and back pages. How do we get color for the interior pages.
So actually, so my understanding, I'm trying to kind of, I think what Doug is asking, my understanding was that the way that we upload stories to the website was that they're extracted from these PDF files. Is that correct? Or
well, no, that's not exactly what we were planning on doing. We could do that, but my understanding is that you guys would just keep copying and pasting as you are now, but it'll go a lot faster. And then you can upload the PDFs as well. We did the extraction just for the prototype, but yeah, let me just double check. But I believe in my conversations with Zane, it was always just a self-service kind of thing. Is that not what you guys heard?
So yeah, I think that there was some Zane's not here, so we can't ask him, but I think there was some confusion in translating that, because he said like the stories we can it will just be like they get extracted once we upload the PDFs. And I was like, that's kind of magical. Like,
right. Well, I mean, the thing is, we can do that, but that really wasn't part of our discussion. But like, yeah, that's what we do for, probably 80% of our customers. They send us their PDF every week, and we put up all the stories. So if you guys wanted to do that, we could definitely, continue doing it. But yeah, that was not what I was expecting. So I can confirm with Zane, but yeah.
Doug is saying that his preference would be to upload the stories ourselves, like to have that.
Well, that's the thing, is it's a trade-off. With anything, when you automate processes and batch them, because you guys will be able to do stories all week long,
right,
in more real time, and it's not going to be a huge hassle to do the uploading, so you'll be more likely to do it. Because I mean, the other schedule is really for people that aren't used to managing their own website, and they just want us to handle it for them. But I think since you guys are already so involved in the website, it makes sense, like you said, Doug, to keep doing it.
So what's the one of the, like, when Zane was talking yesterday about this magic thing where we send you PDFs and the stories get separated out and all end up on the website.
Right.
I was like, I mean, how would, from a technical level, like, how do you handle jumps, for example? Like,
right. No, you're right. It's not totally automated is the answer. So it's not totally magic. Terry manages a whole team of people that go in there and they extract the stories by connecting those jumps, connecting the story with the headline and with the image and all that. So yeah, it is magical from your perspective, but it is just people making those decisions.
Okay, yeah. And like the system that we have.
Yep.
I mean, if we had to handle the PDFs, like, that would suck. That would take us so much time. We actually use InDesign files.
Okay.
Because when you copy from, I mean, it's just like part of how InDesign is made is like you have a text box.
Right.
Well, no, I can't really show. Anyway, you have a text box and it goes to the bottom of the page, and then the next column jumps, and then but when in InDesign, you just select the text and you do select all, and it captures everything, and then there's nothing magical going on, really.
Right. So is that how you do it when you copy and paste then? You go into InDesign, okay, and it recognizes the jump because you've made that connection when you were laying out the paper. Okay. Yep. Makes sense. Yeah. So you're right. The information is all kind of embedded in InDesign, but it's not embedded in the PDF. So we were never able to automate that step. It has to be a person that makes the connection.
Yeah.
But so it's a good question though. I'm glad we cleared that up. Yeah, just definitely let me know if you change your mind on that. There is an additional charge for us to do that extraction. So, we would have to.
That was another, like, if people are doing it, like.
Right.
Okay.
That was used to be all that we did, but then we got into this self-service plan because there's so many papers nowadays that want to manage their own website. So, there's more people doing that. But for 23 years, like, that was our bread and butter for sure. No one else was doing it.
So what he's saying is that there is no automatic extraction.
Right.
There are humans that they have hired to do that, and so it would incur an extra charge if we were to. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. I think it definitely. We'll talk to Zane about it to confirm.
I see how it would be confusing. Like, well, why wouldn't we just use this awesome automated tool? Yeah.
This all-powerful human acting robot that does that.
Right. Yeah. I wish it were like that, but it ain't that smart.
You let us know when you figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do. Well, I mean, one thing that we could talk about at some point, and maybe you guys, if you want to, come to our office hours on Monday, we do reverse publishing. That's another thing you could do, where you could write the stories in WordPress and then you can export them to InDesign. So just kind of flip the whole process on its head. I think you can see how that would save time, because now you don't even have to copy and paste. So we're saving more and more time updating the website as we, kind of get you closer to our ideal model. But I think this makes sense to start you off with as you get familiar with the platform.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I'm just a reporter, but I'm also a programmer, and I think about these things. I'm like, yeah. I mean, to the extent possible, not duplicating work is great, but I mean, the system that we have right now is that the newspaper is our bread and butter.
Essential product, for sure.
Product, yeah. So, but it is good to know that there's a way that can happen. I'd be interested to see it at some point, but
for sure.
Out of scope for the short term, at least.
Right. I agree. I think that's definitely the right approach.
Okay.
So, we better publish this.
Yeah, we have to save it still, actually. That's a good point.
I'm looking at it. I see 3 color pages, but there should be 4 because it's missing. It looks like it's missing B1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's only 11 up there.
So let me just try uploading it again.
Okay. I'm not sure how that happened. Now, when those uploaded the first time, did you reload the page, or how did you get it to show this preview? I kind of missed it.
Yeah, when it finished, it just reloaded itself.
It reloaded the page. Yeah, right. That's what I thought. Okay. So that should happen again.
But was it only one of those 3 pages that's missing?
Well, yeah. We'll have to make sure we delete the duplicates. That's weird if only one page is missing. Saving one of 3 pages.
It might have been like an errant click somewhere. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, perfect. There you go. It's still not saved though. That's just something to be aware of. Okay. Is that?
So it showed up and I just moved it.
Okay. Got it.
That one's duplicate. I think, does this look right? Public notices, obituaries, opinion. Back page. And that's B2. And then onto historic and then classified.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna save a draft again.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like we've got it in the right order now.
Awesome. Oh,
Okay, so
that's weird. You might just need to reload the page. Sometimes those thumbnails, I guess, resolve kind of. That's weird. Why is it doing that? It says, what page is that?
This would be 2, 2 and 3, B1 and B2. Or sorry, B2 and B3.
Oh, have you seen this kind of error, Terry? I don't think I've really seen
haven't.
it.
That's new. It might be a good idea to just delete because it's 3 pages in that one file, right? Let's delete all 3 of those pages so that we don't have any chance of duplicates. It might have had something to do with the duplicates.
Okay.
That's a good theory. Yeah, that's a good theory. I'm just confused as to why that one page was missing from the upload. I mean, if he dragged 2 of the other 3 pages, it's one PDF file. So something got...
I think Carter's right. I think he might have just had a happy click and just deleted it by mistake.
Oh, I didn't hear that's what his idea. Okay, I see. I thought he said it was the way he dragged it.
It's like clicking random buttons, you know?
Got it. Yeah, yeah. Gotta watch that delete. Now, the other thing after this is done, I thought we could talk about, if you guys have time, is ads. Do you want to go over how to place ads on the site, or is that not like priority right now?
I want to keep a wall. We have Charlie that needs to be trained on that.
Oh, okay.
Between editorial and advertising.
Right.
All the way across.
Church and state. I hear you. No problem. We can arrange a separate meeting for that. Sounds good.
Right.
No, that's good. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see if we can get this saved and showing up. Okay, yeah, get the order right, and then get it displaying on the home page. And then after that, I'd like to transition to the home page and talk about one more thing about the design.
You'll want to publish that, Carter, so it shows up on the home page now.
Okay. That looks good now. Okay.
Yeah, something to do with those double names.
Okay, so that's published now.
All right. Now let's see. Actually, it looks like the e-edition only is not placed on the home page right now. So we would want to decide where you want to display the e-edition, and we'll get it in that spot.
What do you suggest?
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at what's available right now. There's some space under that education section. That's a little bit further down on the page than what most publishers do, but you know, I don't think that's necessarily a problem. It's nice to have the e-edition for people that really want to view it that way, but most of your traffic is going to be going to the HTML articles.
Right. Let's go ahead and do it underneath the education.
Another option would be to like shift down this and put it up there. It doesn't really matter.
I think they would rather have editorial or legals right where they're at.
Okay. So yeah, we're in the empty space.
Okay. So Terry, let's see if we can get like a nice, I mean, fill that space up in a way that makes sense. Probably don't want it to be too huge, but because that's a pretty big empty space. But we'll see what we can come up with. Maybe a little slider there, so you see the last 1 or 2 editions, the front pages. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be very.
That's also what we do on the bottom with the special sections. It's a huge slider, so you can go way back, all the way at the bottom of the page, of the home page. Those are your special sections.
Gotcha. Cool.
And okay, now let's just quickly talk. When this homepage loads, we tried this new animation where the articles slide up into place. I just want to make sure you like that because we don't need to do that. I think it looks kind of cool, but when you reload, you see things slide in. So it's just kind of a neat little spin.
Doug and I are in disagreement over it, but he's the editor.
Okay. So what's it?
It brings it to life.
You like it?
I do.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, we can tweak it, how it looks, but that's just what our designer came up with. So yeah, I kind of tend to like it too. It makes it you stand out. It's different. Now let's take a look at subscriptions here, the subscription page. So people right now, it's actually should be, yep, there's also a button at the top, which we should probably make a little more prominent, but yeah, so this goes to the same page. So this is basically going to be the checkout page for when we actually launch the paid option, which will be a week from Monday, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you wanted to just check this out, click on subscribe and, see what that form looks like. It's pretty straightforward, but we can add or remove fields. None of this is really required for us, but we have made some of these fields required to submit, So,
yeah. So the consideration that is just coming to mind is I don't know what structure. I mean, maybe you know because you've been talking to Zane, but I don't know what structure the subscriptions will have. Like when I had been thinking about it months ago, it was like, okay, what we could do is, in our print edition, we have 2 tiers, in town and out of town. So It's not even tiers; it's just buckets.
Right.
And the way that we tried to, that I was trying to think like, this is how we want to structure our subscription model is we want to push people toward also getting the print edition.
Right.
Because it's a major source of advertising revenue, basically.
Right.
And the way that Zane and I kind of talked, and again, this was like months ago, so he might have changed his mind by now, was essentially when you sign up for a subscription online,
right,
you're getting a digital subscription, but you can opt out of print, so that by default you get print,
right,
unless you affirmatively say no, forego that.
Right.
The problem is it gets a little complicated because that payment structure makes sense for people in town, but if you have an out-of-town address, then we would want them to opt in. But if they opted in, that would incur an extra charge. The idea being, if you are in town, you can get the paper for free with a digital subscription.
Right.
If you're out of town, you pay a little extra to get it.
Okay.
But it's, this was just like an idea that we had talked about a very long time ago. I don't know what specifically he's thinking about now.
For sure. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Okay. This is what I would probably suggest. I mean, unless we get this all worked out next week before we launch the paywall, we could do this in phases and make a little bit of a PR campaign out of it. Okay. So we launched the website with just a registration wall. It's free access, but you got to sign up for an account. Then we launched the paywall, but it's just a digital only option. It doesn't tie with the print. And then later we announce, a new benefit to the digital subscription. You also get the print if you're in town. And at that point, we'll have it all figured out, exactly the logistics and how we would update Interlink, right? Because that's what you use for print circulation, correct?
Right, Interlink, yeah.
That's good. So then what we'll do is we'll just have to set up the rules right so that on the order.
Something got disconnected and I cannot hear you. Hold on.
Oh, you can't hear me at all right now? Let me type a minute. That's weird.
Okay, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yep, sorry about that.
No problem. So yeah, I was just saying that we'll have to understand exactly what you want to do and then make it work on the form. So I'm thinking like somehow if they choose, certain cities within your delivery radius, or you said just in town, so it would have to be Moab would be the city.
So on one level, it's very simple because in town is one zip code.
Right.
Out of town,
pretty simple.
Very cut and dry.
Right.
The problem, one of the problems. So it's good that you say that interlink is like is compatible with this, because the thing that I was thinking about was like, so what if you have a print subscription and you want access to the digital product?
Right.
That's another consideration.
Right. Okay. Well, let me just clarify exactly how we do this. I mean, we work with customers that use Interlink all the time. Now, Interlink's system is is software that's not web-based, right? It's just downloaded on your computer. So we don't actually directly interface with them, but we can work it out through a series of processes. And so, like, one thing that we can do, for example, is send you a monthly report of all the subscriptions on the website, all the print subscriptions. So then you can just bulk import it and upload Interlink, and vice versa. If you can export a list from Interlink initially, then we'll import it into the website, and then people can go in and claim their digital subscription, right? Because do you want to give it away to print subscribers, or do we maybe want to just give them a discount if they're already a print subscriber?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think he was saying that subscribers get it for free, but again, he's not here to verify that.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, no, we can definitely make this work. I mean, sometimes it requires a little bit of hands-on, just importing the list initially, really, but then it should pretty much work, because one thing that you would import is like their phone number or their account number.
Yeah.
And then they would have to put that in when they are claiming their digital subscription, right. And then it just verifies it against the database. So we can definitely make it work, but I just think we need a little bit more guidance on exactly how it needs to work.
So Tom is a co-owner. He says it is the case that what Tia wants is, if you have a print subscription now, you get digital access.
Okay, got it.
That's clear. But yeah, the other finer points we'll have to clarify with Zane. Right,
in terms of what they get with the digital subscription. If they buy digital, do they get anything for print? That all needs to be worked out.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, sounds good. So then, actually, while we're on that, what we need from you then is a list of the print subscribers. So we'll follow up with exactly what we need, just a CSV that you could export from Interlink with certain, columns of information. And then we'll set that form up. But yeah, that's actually something we just wrote a blog post on, like how you could, sell print upgrade or sell digital upgrades for print, or just give them away for free. So
cool.
That's something that we see a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. To me, I mean, like, again, to me, it makes sense to, like, the opt-in, opt-out thing that I was talking about certainly makes sense. But yeah, we'll go through Zane about it. And yeah, I've exported stuff from Interlink before. So what we have essentially is, and the unique things per person are account number and address.
Okay. Yes.
I don't think we consistently have phone numbers, but
yeah, address is good. That's actually what people usually use, I think.
Okay.
Forgot about that. Yep, for sure. Okay. Yeah. So we'll want to get our arms around that, but it's not like critical for next week. What do you guys? Well, we'll talk next week. In terms of how we want it, because we'll have time once the site's launched to get this in place. So maybe we even have it ready like next Monday.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's see.
Look at the PDF on the homepage now.
Oh, let's check it out. Did we get that placed?
Yep.
Awesome. Oops, I'm looking at your current site. Okay.
This just got.
Oh, that looks cool. Yeah. Could you actually just click on your logo there for a second here at the top?
When I accidentally disconnected something earlier, so I'm going to try unsharing then resharing.
Oh, okay.
You got clumsy fingers for programming.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay, nice. I like it. That looks cool. We'll get
Look at how much news we make. Whole two edition.
Groundhog Day. Yeah.
Hey, that's really what it is. All the news just repeats itself.
Gosh, it feels like that sometimes. But yeah, so you guys can upload a couple recent editions there. We decided not to do the bulk import, so but you're free to upload as much as you want from your archives through that same process.
We'll get at least one more.
Make sure you set the publish time and date to the same as the edition date so that they're in order.
Okay.
Okay, good idea.
Okay, I actually have one more thing that I want to show you besides this. So yeah, finish that. Okay, cool. I want you to see the user experience for the free account. Okay, signing up for the free account, because next week they've been reading your site, unrestricted for years, and all of a sudden it's going to look similar, but there's going to be a paywall on every article. So let's log out of your account. On the demo site, you'll have to log out to see this. Okay, now click on any story, and this is like a hard registration wall. So every story looks like this. Okay, it's got your teaser, first couple sentences. Now let's click Create Free Account. And I just want to walk through these steps. If you want anything changed, do we necessarily need their address? I don't know. That's up to you. But
we may not want to give that.
Sometimes it's better to ask for as little as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Their first name, last name, email, maybe.
I'm leaning towards just like what is
less is better.
Literally essential.
Before I forget, when you go back to that first page.
Yeah.
Click it. Thank you for reading the Times Independent. Please capitalize the, or else the associate editor will be very upset and die.
Okay. Yep. Got it. On a paywall or registration wall. Okay, and then on the sign up form, we'll remove all that stuff. But here, I just want you to walk through the steps just for a second here. So let's go to that account and just put in, you can fill in whatever you want here. It doesn't have to be real information. Okay. Yeah, and then just put a character in each of the required fields. Let's just get through it. And I just want you to see what all your users are going to have to do. But we're going to remove all but first name, last name, and email. And they'll have to set the password, so we will need that form. Or those fields, but yeah, we shouldn't need any of this. The username will automatically be their email, so we don't need to give them an option to set it as something else. Right. Now, Terry, is he going to need to check his email though for this to work?
Probably, yeah. It's usually a double opt-in.
Yeah, so make sure. I was going to say.
I have a.
Yeah. If you have a different email other than your Moab email, that'd be better. Okay, cool, perfect. And so just give it a password. The user can change this later once they're logged in. Right. What happened there?
Yes, accept the policy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Perfect. So you're actually in right now. If you go to the home page, you should be, I think you're automatically logged in. Let's just, double check. Yeah. So you're already in, but you should get an email with information on like resetting your password and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just got it.
Cool. So it's seamless, you know, it's just we get their email, now we've got it.
We're going to do an email, right?
Sorry, say it again?
We're just going to do name and email on the free account.
And the password, I think we'll need that, but yeah.
I almost think just email and password.
Okay. I think we could do that. Yeah.
Do we? I mean, like I've done one of the things that I studied in college was like user design, and you know, one of the things that really got nailed into my head was like never ask for any, like you have to rationalize everything you ask for.
Right.
And I don't see a super compelling reason to ask for name, but I don't know.
Okay.
I think the only reason that you would need a name is if you allowed comments, but you're not allowing comments, so we can just stick with email and password, make it simple.
Right.
As simple as possible.
Yeah, I think you're right. Cool. So we'll boil that down to just the essentials. I like it. You should get a lot of registrations that way, but we'll be able to monitor that. And I think it's a great strategy that we've got here. So, all right, that's a subscription sign up. That's all that I wanted to make sure that you saw. Anything else you want to go through right now?
No, just expect to hold our hand for a couple weeks.
Okay. Well, then you're just like every other publisher. That's how it always is, man. And we love doing it because that's when the real good questions come up, you know, when you actually start using the site. So I don't expect a lot of questions today anyway, but you guys did have a lot of good ones. But yeah, like in terms of managing memberships and stuff, we'll want to get into that another time, but we don't need to right now because they're not going to be paying next week. So I think that can work.
Logging out.
Yeah.
I see a log in. I don't see log out.
Okay. Right. Why is that not?
That's limited to my use case right now, which is trying to get back to my own account.
Yeah, you're just trying to. Yeah, I understand. That's funny. Yeah. We might just need to add a button for that. I'm not sure why login didn't turn to log out, but we'll look into this and try to fix it right now so you can get back in there.
I know how to clear my cookies.
So wait, you said you cleared your cookies?
No, I said I know how to. Like,
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is kind of a unique problem. Terry, any thoughts on that? Like, is there a URL that he can go to right now just before we
just log out and that didn't work.
I'm checking.
That's weird. Yeah. That's just
I think that's just a simple thing too.
Right.
All these things we take for granted and had to look at.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I wonder what will happen if you click login again.
It just I've done that a few times. It just
it just says you're logged in.
I'll just clear the cache. No biggie. Yeah.
Okay. You got it. All right. Oh, it's good to have a techie on board for sure.
Great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. This looks good. Oh, Doug.
Good.
Should this be the Times Independent instead? Yeah. So the page title.
Yep.
The name is The Times Independent rather than Times Independent. So.
No problem. No problem at all.
Which is great for SEO, but it's our brand.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking that, but that's okay. You got it in the URL. That's important. So how about your fav icon? That's the other thing. If you want, right now it's just WordPress.
I'll send you the. Do you want SVG or something? I can send it to you.
SVG would, I guess, work, but if you have it in just like a bitmap, any PNG or something,
I'll send you a few formats.
Okay. All right. Cool. That'll work.
Wait, you're Matthew, right?
Yes. MCL.
Okay.
At our dash.
I'll send it to you.
Sweet. All right. Sounds good. What do you think? Anything else we want to hit today, or do we want to just plan on touching base next week? I mean, we can set up a time later if you guys want to, when you talk to the advertising people, or.
Let's do that.
Okay.
But what I would really like to see is how fast it is.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to be disappointed, man. The front end is super fast. I mean, as the prototype, it's fast, but even when it's live, we're very focused on speed. We have alerts set up all the time for if the sites slow down. So, we have people's eyes on this all the time.
Okay.
So, yeah. I really think you're going to be happy, Doug.
We have a very compelling reason for coming to your services. By the way, I'm the one who told everybody to watch your webinar. So
that's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. I just started doing those, and you guys are the first.
I'm at Moab.
Yeah. No, that's amazing, dude. I thank you very much. And I'm actually just located up in Salt Lake City, so we're gonna have to get together sometime soon. Maybe once the situation
dangerous.
Under control. It sounds dangerous.
People decide that Moab is a good place for business. Hey, let's have a business meeting in Moab.
It's just an excuse to go to Arches.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of looking for an excuse to come see the Arches. I haven't been yet. I just moved
here.
It's
the perfect time of year.
Yeah.
Right. Fall. Right. No, we'll make that happen. That sounds good, man. But it's nice to meet you guys face to face this way. Anyway, I appreciate you sharing your screen and your cam. So we'll touch base. We'll email you on the status Monday, and then we'll set up a meeting for next week. Okay.
Absolutely, Matthew. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it very much.
Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Take care now.